everybody that keep talking about Save Junior and all this other stuff, or like, when is he gonna get help? What are y'all talking about? He's getting help. What are you talking about? He's in therapy. I just don't document it on live or exploit my baby like that. Like, y'all getting on my nerves with that part. And it's like, not like that, but y'all know how many times CPS had to come in and close the case because I'm doing everything they're supposed to do. That's the other thing, bro. Like, what the heck? I'm not hard to find.
Yeah,
for real. But y'all keep like planting those weird seeds, sending people to me. All I'm gonna do is just write y'all information down and press charges, because when y'all falsely report me, yeah, it's done. Everybody keeps saying the same thing. Like y'all keep talking about a baby.
Hey, shout out to Chrisean Rock, man. I think all the comments about her son are like uncalled for. You know, first of all, man, like it's her son, right? Like, you know, when it comes to children, I feel like children are off limits. You know what I'm saying? If you got something negative to say about somebody's kids, it's off limits. But at the end of the day, you know, Chrisean Rock is famous. You know, while she was pregnant with Blueface's alleged son, listen, she was smoking, she was drinking, and that definitely contributed to, you know, her son, you know, coming out, you know. So Chrisean Rock, like, you can't really get mad when people are giving you criticism about that when, you know, you're famous. You were doing these things on camera. You know, there's also rumors out there that, you know, she had, you know, chlamydia. I don't want to say the word, but the chlamydia, you feel me, while she was pregnant. They're saying that poorly affected things as well. So, you know, you just got to take some responsibility, man. You know, I do think Chrisean Rock feels bad for what she did. I think she's learned her lesson from what she did. I think that's why she's she you know, went back to being Christian, and, you know, she's doing gospel music. But has Chrisean Rock really learned her lesson though? Because she's hanging out with Blueface again, right? She separated herself from Blueface and his brand just to go right back to Blueface, right? She pulled up to a yacht that Blueface was on. Her and Blueface had a conversation. Blueface was flirting with her. Then she started talking to another man, acting like she didn't want Blueface. And then the same night, Blueface smashed, right? Like, Blueface came out and said they slept together, right? Then after that, she goes on live and she's crying, and, you know, Coach Prime called her and, you know, told her not to go back to Blueface. She linked up with Clarissa Shields, you know, superstar. Well, you know, shout out to Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields told her not to go back to Blueface. And what did she do, chat? Last night, Blueface flies out to Miami, and her and Chrisean Rock him and Chrisean Rock link up again, bro. She was partying with Blueface in Miami. So at this point, man, it's obvious that, you know, Chrisean Rock is still in love with Blueface, right? They share a son together. A lot of people don't think that's Blueface's son because Blueface said it's not. But we all know Blueface is capping, right? He went on Vlad TV and said he took a DNA test. He said that's his son, all right? Even if it's not his son, you know, it's still his son because he's been there for the kid since day one. So at this point, I think Chrisean Rock should just rejoin the Blueface circus. They're obviously never going to stop messing with each other, right? You got to feel bad for Nevaeh because she's pregnant with Blueface's child. There's another woman that's pregnant with Blueface's child. So Blueface got 2 kids on the way from 2 different, you know, women, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if Chrisean Rock gets pregnant again, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But that child needs Blueface in his life, because at the end of the day, you know, that child needs a father to help raise that kid. But yeah, man, Chrisean Rock, you can't really get mad when the fans are criticizing, you know, your parenting skills with your child, because from the outside looking in, right, it's looking a little crazy. At the end of the day, people just want to make sure that your son is okay. You know what I'm saying? People want to make sure that your son is healthy, he's getting everything he needs, because it seems like you care more about, you know, partying and hanging out with Blueface than being a full-time mom. That's what it looks like. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That is what it looks like from the outside looking in.
My son is okay. And then y'all keep saying about his hernia. His hernia was been fixed. What the heck? You can see his penis now. What the heck? It's just, you know, sorry I had to see it the way I seen it, because my child father was mad that I was with the next nigga or something.
I ain't gonna lie, chat. I personally feel like Blueface and Chrisean should take full responsibility for what's going on with Junior, because they were both together at the time, right? They both were drinking, both was smoking, they both was, you know, crashing out, fighting people, getting in legal trouble. They both didn't do what they were supposed to do while Chrisean Rock was pregnant, right? So even if Blueface is saying that that's not his son, you should still take care of the kid and make sure he's okay, because, you know, you was with Chrisean while she was doing what she wasn't supposed to do while she was pregnant. I don't think it's fair to just blame Chrisean, you know, because the kid is living with her, right? It's not like this kid is living with Blueface, right? She's doing what she needs to do as a mom, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's fair that everybody is just criticizing her and they're not criticizing Blueface. Like, at the end of the day, you know, Blueface being the man in the relationship, he should have been telling her to stop these things. Now, if she wasn't listening to Blueface, that's a whole different story. You know what I'm saying? But Chrisean Rock and Blueface are still sleeping around together. At this point, just get back together, right? Like, at this point, chat, Chrisean Rock might as well move in with Blueface and Nevaeh. I think Blueface and all his baby moms should just get one big house and just all live together, bruh. Because he's messing around with all of them, bruh. Like, chat, let's be honest, right? He claims that Nevaeh is his girlfriend. He told Nevaeh he's not cheating on her no more. 3 days later, he cheated on her with Chrisean. Then after that, he goes on stream and says, you know, oh, my bad for cheating, I apologize. So Nevaeh asked Blueface, was it worth it? He said, hell nah. Couple days later, the nigga flies out to Miami and links up with Chrisean again. Sleeps with her again. So it's like, Blueface, bruh. Like, you just playing with these chicks, bruh. At this point, you know, Chrisean Jr. needs a father around, bruh. He needs extra attention and extra care to make sure that, you know, he's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because of his condition. You need to just have Chrisean Rock moving with you. Like I said, get one big ass house with like 4 or 5 rooms in it. And you should have Jaden, Nevaeh, Chrisean, and your other baby mom that got your baby on the way, bruh. You should have all of these women live in the same house, bruh. That way, you could be a father to all of your kids. You know what I'm saying? You could sleep with all your baby moms. And y'all could just be one big dysfunctional family, bruh. That's how I feel, chat. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Chrisean Rock, she's been single for a little bit. You know, when Blueface was in prison, she was dating that dude that's a blood. I think his name is Hood Trophy Bino or something like that. They broke up. Bino ended up exposing her, right? Since then, since Blueface has gotten out of prison, Chrisean Rock has been single. You feel me? So it's obvious that Chrisean doesn't want to date no other dude besides Blue. She's still in love with Blueface, you know? So Blueface, listen, you know, get the circus back together. Start streaming with Chrisean, because I'm not gonna lie, you and Chrisean is entertaining together. Y'all are must-see TV, and I think y'all should all just get together and be one big happy family, bruh. Because, you know, Blueface is the modern, like, Blueface is like the ghetto Hugh Hefner at this point, Chad. That's just what it is, man. He's messing with all these chicks at the same time, man. So, you know, prayers up for Junior. I hope he's doing well. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chrisean Rock. It's your boy Days. I'm out.